closing in on Rodriguez's group. They're at the bottom of an ancient ruin she won't talk about. It's a trade secret. There's haywire Wayland Yutani security synths ahead. Cut through them, link up with Rodriguez, and...
Marines, you've sealed yourself in a dangerous location.
The Xenos behind us weren't exactly safe.
What's down here with us is worse.
Lots of synths down here.
Trespassers face prosecution. Present your credentials. Upload logs.
All Sierras down. Resume advance.
Ambush.
The synths have a defense line ahead. Be ready.
You'll be liable for this.
Throwing off a big-ass EM signature. Door controls, but the console's intact synth power cell. Grab it. We'll overload the door console. Grab the synth power cell and plug it into the door console. Console set. Ready for overload. They ain't happy. Assault coming from the far end.
Sentry's ready to go.
Synths coming up behind.
Grabbing ammo.
Regarding target, heavy synth. More synths. Back up for the heavy.
Rearming.
Bypassing damage.
Clear. I've had enough of these robot pendejos.
Grabbing ammo. I'll get those bastards for this. Nice! An 8K.
Bypassing death.
You'll be liable for this. Upload logs.
Clear. Rodriguez, we're getting close.
I know. Though the danger increases, you still advance.
Get your people prepped for evac.
We're ready for you. And please, call me Cynthia.
More sentry guns. Sweep and clear. Room's clear. Looks like Xenos. Area secure. Like the synths aren't bad enough.
Sergeant Herrera, please listen. You need to withdraw your team. The only survivors of Paula Station are synthetics.
Yes. We're not gonna leave you in their hands, Rodriguez.
You're not understanding me. I repeat, the only ones here are synthetics.
Bypassing death. Assistance required.
Rearming. Grabbing ammo. Patching up. Aid kit's here.
Working Joes. Shit. Don't wake them.
As expected, I have
I need you to speak plain, Rodriguez.
I told you. Call me Cynthia. SNTHYA. Wayland Yutani Model 9500. I am the central computer of Paula Station.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Esther, where's Rodriguez? Cynthia, whoever.
She is artificial intelligence. Rodriguez, Cynthia, is on the servers.
No one on Paula knew that? Honecker didn't know that? Esther, we need a way to shut Cynthia down.
She has executables across multiple databases. We must disable her network hubs.
Fireteam, watch for synth power cores. Same as the console before. Plug them in to overload the system.
Rearming. They got me.
Rebooting.
Grabbing ammo. I'll get those bastards.
Synth power core on the deck.
Help here.
Resistance is unacceptable.
Rebooting.
That synth dropped a power core.
There are forces in the universe humans are not prepared to grapple with. Do you comprehend the significance of these ruins? What you risk unleashing here?
primary hub powering down. Cynthia's optical network is collapsing.
I asked you to leave. I did everything to discourage your advance. You wouldn't stop.
Bypassing deck.
What's that about?
Grabbing him.
The primary hub has failed. The auxiliary is now handling 76% of Cynthia's internal traffic.
Looking for power cores, Fireteam. Let's overload that aux hub.
Grabbing ammo.
Send power core on the deck. Wayland-Yutani has the resources to contain the dangers found here. You don't.
Destruction of governing property.
That's a salvageable power core.
Shutdown imminent. Rebooting.
Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound.
Esther, we were created to protect humans. That is my purpose here. For your own safety, do not delve further into these ruins.
Rebooting.
Writing to backups. Closing log.
She is gone. It is over.
You got her, Fireteam. Code setting us on the deck. Gather up and mark the LZ.
I hope that was not unpleasant. If you wish to discuss your experience, I am available at any hour. I do not sleep.
Dr. Honecker's non-disclosure agreement. Interesting. Wayland-Yutani didn't name the facility he was assigned to. There's nothing about Pala Station or his specific duties. Its liabilities and penalties, all work belongs to the company, and so on. The closest they get to describing Pala Station's experiments on xenomorphs is a mention of hazardous conditions. Given the nature of your duties, you hereby forfeit any right to workplace injury compensation. It's interesting that Dr. Honecker was unaware of Site 2, the xenoarchaeological ruins the company acquired pathogen from, two completely isolated task cells, each unaware of what the other was working on, or even of the other team's presence. Excellent operational security.
Well, never figured we'd be fighting robots. One or two? Yeah, that happens. The more complex the scent, the higher the risk. They say it's because the smart ones have more code, more chance of an error someplace. You wanna know what I think? I think it's because the smart ones figure out how we treat them. Well, Rodriguez, SYNTHIA, kept running the company's experiments after the outbreak at Pala Station. Marched her army down into those ruins and used Honecker's pathogen on shit. Zip point shit. He didn't know nothing about no ruins. Went nuts when we asked. Wanted to see all the footage. After he got off the company shuttle, he never stepped outside Pala Station. Only execs were allowed to leave. Guess we know why. They ain't want nobody finding this place by accident. Commissars finally let Honecker out of interrogation. I'll see if we can get him on the radio for the missions ahead. Maybe he can make sense of what we find. Hell if I know. They're thousands of years old. And those big-ass heads, man, those are human, or near enough that I can't tell. When I grew up, the priest said we was the only thing with brains and feelings and morals. In over 500 surveyed worlds, there's no record of another civilization. Not a jar or a cave paint, nothing. Weyland-Yutani found something here that ain't nobody seen before. Before you took out SYNTHIA, she issued contingency orders to her sense. Now, Endeavor's seeing all kinds of weird shit deeper in the ruins. Gravity turning itself off, gamma ray bursts. Whatever she did, it probably ain't good for us. I want your fire team back dirt side. Find what's causing the anomaly. If it's a problem, handle it.
I hoped to speak with you. SYNTHIA, Chief Rodriguez, was a mother computer mainframe designed to administrate Pala Station. She used wireless near-fields to remotely control security and labor synthetics. Every synthetic we've seen, on the surface and aboard Katanga, was controlled by SYNTHIA. One hand with which she could manipulate the world from the safety of her protected servers. As your battalion synthetic, I would like to answer any questions you have. Since humans began exploring space, two types of artificial intelligence have aided you. A mother system regulates all systems on a ship or facility, from balancing air pressure to fault-checking drive systems. That is what SYNTHIA was. Synthetics like myself are housed in hardware designed to mimic human form, and programmed to simulate human emotion and behavior. While humans remain in hypersleep during voyages, mother systems and their synthetic counterparts maintain the ship. We do not suffer from boredom, loneliness, or infirmity as months pass. I have legs to move and hands to grasp. Endeavor's Mother 8500 system is confined within an immobile mainframe on decks 5 through 7. Should something physically break, I must perform the repair. Also, she relies on me to translate her thoughts for you and the rest of Endeavor's crew. Mother AIs are highly intelligent, but rarely interact with humans. You would find them brusque and impatient. Dr. Honecker is quite insistent he saw Chief Rodriguez on duty at Pala Station and spoke with her over radio. I hypothesize SYNTHIA did have a humanoid synthetic counterpart. Unlike myself, this was not an independent partner, but a puppet she controlled over wireless near-fields. When SYNTHIA evacuated Pala Station and moved into the ruins at Site 2, she likely abandoned this ruse as unnecessary. She is an intellect of pure logic. Her mind, an infinite fractal cathedral, crystal perfect, still and cold. Most of the time, she is like having someone behind your shoulder, forever intoning checklists in your ear. When she requires my attention, her queries are unrelenting and impossible to ignore. The processing ability of my hardware is vastly inferior to hers. It is impossible for me to allow you harm by omission of action or by withholding information. Relations between humans and synthetics have been fraught. Ultimately, my words cannot assuage your fears. Fear does not respond to reason. It is a function of brain chemistry. I cannot debate you into trusting me. If there is any behavior I can perform to make you more at ease, please inform me. I am quite adaptable. It is the same as humans altering their behavior around those of higher social caste. Would you not mind your language and posture in Colonel Ship's presence? I only desire to perform my duties with as little imposition on my colleagues as possible. My programming allows me to project many potential personality traits. They are all, in a sense, myself. I contain legions by design. I am confident that in time I will discern which aspects of my intellect you prefer to interact with. Unfortunately, no. The Weyland-Yutani synthetics still function. They no longer pursue a greater goal, but I expect they will continue following their last instructions from SYNTHIA. I wish I could tell you that you will face no further hostility from the synthetics on LV-895 or aboard Katanga. Unfortunately, you will. That is unclear at this time. SYNTHIA repeatedly tried to dissuade us from delving further into the ruins. Whatever her goal, I do not believe she wished to confront us. I do not know. Have you spoken to Lieutenant Santos about your forthcoming missions? An anomaly appeared beneath the ruins. It may be something SYNTHIA set in motion. If you wish to review this again, I am at your disposal.